Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Hyundai Elantra N-Line.
And a big thanks to Brandon Hyundai for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, the Elantra has been Hyundai's compact car since 1990. The 7th generation Elantra that you see here was released in 2021, bringing along the sportier N-Line trim level that you see here. Unlike the new SEL Sport that we just reviewed in this channel, the 2025 N-Line doesn't really receive any major changes. I read on Hyundai's website that Hyundai added a second row console air vent system for the N-Line for 2025, but as you'll see in this review, that's not the case. There are 6 trims available for the 2025 Elantra, ranging from the $22,000 base SE up to the $34,000 top of the line N. Here we have the N-Line, which sits right below the N in terms of trim levels, splitting the difference between the regular and hybrid Elantras and the N, which is their top performance model in terms of performance and price. With a base price of $28,000, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, similar styling overall to the SEL Sport, but as you'll see with the N-Line, you're going to get the most aggressive, or just about the most aggressive styling that you'll see on any Elantra outside of the N. You get your specific N-Line badging up front, Hyundai badge, LED headlamps which are shared throughout the Hyundai Elantra lineup, functional airflow in each corner, you get your radiator up top and intercooler down below for the turbocharged 1.6 liter 4-cylinder. I like the V-style hood too, making it a little bit easier to point and shoot the sports sedan. The wheel and tire setup is really impressive. These rims remind me of a 2013-2014 Shelby GT500 Mustang. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. They look sick. They are 18-inch rims wrapped in Hankook Ventus all-season tires. Dimensions are 235/40 R18. This is a very powerful turbo 4-cylinder. We'll see how these 235 wide tires put the power to the ground, and we'll see how the 40 series sidewalls help this vehicle in terms of ride quality. We get an N-Line badge in the upper right fender area, all body color trim for the wheel well and rocker panel side skirts, which are a little bit beefed up here for this N-Line trim, with a contrasted aluminum color for the front lip. We have body color mirrors with LED turn signals on them, blind spot monitoring on the glass, all gloss black trim for the window trim, sunroof up top, shark fin style antenna. We get touch sensors for the smart access for the driver and the front passenger. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile of this pretty sporty and really well priced sports sedan. $28,000 price point. I really don't think this sports sedan can be beat. Speaking of price point, let's check out the window sticker for this 2025 Elantra N-Line with a base price of $28,725. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard equipment. Loaded. $210 for the floor mats, $120 for the cargo tray, $180 for the alloy door sills, which actually look really cool. $1150 for the destination, totaling us out a tick over $30,000. Over 30 combined MPGs, so only about 3 combined MPGs less than the SEL Sport we just reviewed in this channel, with about a $3,000 or $4,000 increase in price. But when you guys see how much more options and feature we get with this N-Line, as well as the added performance, like we get the 1.6 liter turbo, dual clutch transmission still. Hyundai's been ditching their 8-speed dual clutch for vehicles like the Santa Cruz or Santa Fe, but the 7-speed dual clutch has been a lot more consistent when it comes to shifting for the more sporty vehicles. For the non-sporty vehicles, the 8-speed automatic transmission has proven to be a little bit better of an option, at least for the long term. But short term, this 7-speed dual clutch has been one of Hyundai's most sport-oriented transmissions. Out rear, the gas cap is not pushed open. I'll show you where the latch is inside. We have the black lip spoiler, LED taillights. We did not get the LED taillights with the SEL Sport we just reviewed on this channel. No rear parking sensing. We get the aluminum Elantra badging, aluminum Hyundai badge right above it. We get the hatch release button as well. You can remove that sticker when the vehicle gets purchased. A little bit of aluminum trim above the pretty aggressive diffuser. Dual exhaust tips. I kind of wish there was a single tip on each side, but it still looks pretty aggressive. It seems like the rain is starting to pick up. So let's fire up this 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 1.6 liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Hyundai for the 2025 Elantra N-Line. And it sounds pretty good, actually, cranking out 201 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, sending the power to the front wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low 6-second range. You get a tire upgrade on this car, you'll see 0 to 60 in the high 5-second range. This thing is quick. Very powerful power plant, considering over 31 combined MPGs. What you see is basically what we get. We can shut the hood right down, walk around this 2025 Elantra N-Line. One more time, let's take a step inside and see what we get in the interior of what I consider probably the best value sports sedan out on the road today. Up top, we get a rubberized texture for the material, but it's still hard plastic. We get some leather stitching for the center and a pretty softly padded armrest. Just about the same material as the SEL Sport we reviewed in this channel, but here we get the Bose upgraded sound system, and it sounds really good. We get auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the passengers, a little bit of storage, plastic door handle, and you'll fit a 6-inch sub with no problem. We get the N Performance aluminum nameplate as you step inside. That's a $180 option. The seats are N-Line specific. They have a leatherette contrast for the bolstering area, very solid bolstering and very comfortable sport cloth trim. These are a huge upgrade compared to the SEL Sport we just reviewed in this channel, and they're electrically adjustable. The seats alone with the sound system are enough reason for me to recommend this N-Line over the SEL Sport. You add the power plant, you add the transmission, the steering wheel, the infotainment system, you'll check it out. This is a way better value in my opinion, unless you just quite literally do not want to spend the extra $3,000 to $4,000. But taking a step inside, we get a gas cap release and trunk release to the left of our feet. Sport pedals, just like the SEL Sport we just reviewed on this channel. But taking a step inside, from the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So a pretty different overall layout compared to the SEL Sport, as we mentioned, but you can still definitely tell that this is an Elantra interior. The steering wheel, however, is a huge upgrade. It is thicker. We get red contrast stitching, perforation for the 9 and 3 and 10 and 2 area, nice 10 and 2 bolstering notches, perfect 9 and 3. We do not get the 6 o'clock spoke like we did in the SEL Sport. It is a different overall steering wheel, but the overall feel of it is fantastic. Paddle shifters, controlling the 7-speed DCT, voice commands, AM, FM, Sirius, volume and skip. You can hang up and answer your phone calls and your favorites. On the right side, we get our radar cruise control, lane keep assist, or not radar cruise control, but the cruise control with lane keep assist, and our infotainment adjustments. It's dual 10.5-inch screen. So the infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at current trip. You can see sense refueling, sense reset, and a digital speedo, compass, tire pressure, and right back to where we started for our advanced safety feature screen. My personal favorite screen would be the digital speedo. We get a 160 mile an hour speedometer. The tach goes to about 6,000-ish RPM. There's no red line for the regular mode, but you can press this drive mode selector to the left, and now we have a sportier layout. Still 160 mile an hour speedometer with a fuel level beneath it, traffic sign recognition, but the tach now has a red line at around 6,500-ish RPM. We'll see where it shifts when we take it out for a drive. We also get smart mode. We'll probably stay in normal and sport in this review. Maybe check out smart towards the end. It says N on the bottom of the steering wheel. The horn area has a nice texture to it. The horn, same horn as the SEL Sport we reviewed. The windows are the same windows, just as thick. The stocks have a very satisfying click. Auto headlamps, auto high beams. Unfortunately, we do not get the blind spot cameras here on the N-Line. No auto rain sensing wipers either. Wouldn't really be expected at this price point. Tilt and telescoping steering column. We can turn off the traction control and the interior brightness. Hood latch release as well. Hopefully you got a good look at the pedals. The dashboard has a nice padded material to it. We mentioned a 10.5 or 10.25-inch digital gauge display. This is the infotainment screen with the map, nav, phone projection, voice memo, climate, valet mode, Hyundai Pay, so I guess you could pay your bills through your infotainment, quiet mode, HD radio setup, all of that. Let's check out the map. That's a nice feature for a sub $30,000 sports sedan. You can hide this corner screen too. It's the previous display, not Hyundai's most recently updated, but it's still an excellent responding system. Great resolution, really can't complain. Definitely one of the best in the business. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would be the map, so we'll leave it there. Hazards beneath it, we have the same style air vents as the SEL Sport. Shortcuts if you don't want to go through the touchscreen for the map, nav, radio, media, volume dial, which has a pretty premium feel. Seek track, favorites, and setup. Dual zone automatic climate control, heated seats, defrosters, wireless phone charging pad, 12 volt, 180 watt, USB A and USB C port. We mentioned the wireless phone charging pad right beneath. We can access our camera at all time, pretty high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory. We can't hide the screen in the backup mode for some reason. Our different views include an over-the-top view, so you can maximize the distance between you and the car behind you, also with guidance lines and trajectory. But I prefer the classic view right over here. Press that park button and we'll return right back to the previous screen. The gear selector controlling the 7-speed DCT, the backup camera, as you guys can see, also pops up in reverse, to be expected, with manual shift controls on the gear selector and the improper direction to upshift and to downshift. Throwing her back into park, we return right back to the previous screen. And as you mentioned, we also get paddle shifters if you don't want to use the gear selector for the manual shifts. We get a functional parking brake, or just a classic parking brake, nothing electronic and nothing by the foot. That's convenient. Driver test approved for New Jersey. You get 2 cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles or a 12-ounce bottle with the center cup holder insert, so it's not just flopping around. Ever since 2021, Hyundai's been using this divider for the front seat area, and it does get in the way for certain activities if you're driving, but for the most part, it does allow the passenger to have a little bit of an extra grab handle. Reminds me a little bit of a C8 Corvette. The armrest is just like the SEL Sport. I would expect them to add a leather armrest. The storage is identical. You'll fit 5, maybe 6 12-ounce cans. The glove box, it's not damped or lined and felt, just like the SEL Sport we reviewed in this channel. You'll fit 20 license plates, 2 pairs of shoes with no problem. Just about a frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror, but it's not auto-dimming. You got to pull that flappy thing to dim it. The interior lights are LED. Sunroof, the shade opens up with the glass, but it doesn't close with the glass. We'll see if the glass goes out any further. It does. So towards the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. Decent day today in Brandon, Florida. It's a little bit cloudy and 96 degrees, so pretty hot. But in the air-conditioned car, really can't complain. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this 2025 Hyundai Elantra N-Line. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So up top, out back, just like in the SEL Sport, we get hard plastic all throughout, just some leatherette trim for the center. I do kind of wish they added that trim for the armrest and kept the center hard plastic, but what are you gonna do? At the end of the day, it's still a decently comfortable and spacious area for the price point. Plastic door handle, Bose speaker, decent amount of storage in the corner. We get the leatherette and cloth contrasted back seats with very solid legroom. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 3-4 easy inches of knee room, headroom. I have about an inch. So if you're under 6'4", you shouldn't have any issues sitting behind your seat settings in the 2025 Elantra N-Line. One complaint I got to give is I did read that Hyundai added back seat air vents for the center console for the 2025 N-Line. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Maybe it's an optional equipment group, maybe it's just for the N, but either way, I did read it. There is something going on under the front seats, but nothing that blows directly into your face. The interior light is LED, pretty decent amount of light thanks to the sunroof, 2 USB-C ports. No map pockets behind either of the front seats. You get the center cubby here. We did not get that on the SEL Sport. It's decently soft padded sport cloth trim. You'll fit 24-ounce water bottles. We get a hook for the driver's side grab handle, no hook for the passenger side, and that's about it. For the back seat of the 2025 Elantra N-Line, let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, and then take this 2025 Elantra N-Line out for a drive. So we get a subtle hydraulic boost when we press the button, but it's not electric, so it's not going to close for you. It doesn't need to at this price point. As you see, massive cargo space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much there is. And the wheel wells really don't protrude. You fold the second row seats down 60-40 split. I'd expect you to fit easily a 60, possibly a 65-inch TV through here. Let me know in the comment section if you're an Elantra owner and if you fit a bigger or smaller TV in the back cargo space of your Elantra, and I'll stand corrected. But anyway, either way, very spacious for a compact sports sedan. Secret storage, we don't get the spare tire like we did on the SEL Sport, just the fix-a-flat kit, but you'll fit a ton of secret stuff all around it with the latches to fold the second row seats in each corner. But we don't have covers for the hinges, so in the corners of the bed, or not bed, cargo area, make sure you don't load anything up higher than that or the cargo will be crushed. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this only 2025 beautiful and sporty Elantra N-Line. Sub 30,000 bucks. I really don't think you're going to get a better value sports sedan out on the road today. Well under 30,000 bucks. After destination, we're barely creeping over $30,000. It's a beautiful sports sedan. In the black paint color, love it or hate it. I know a lot of you guys love black cars. I've never been a huge fan of super flashy colors, but for this class of vehicle, it actually makes a little bit of sense. For 2024, the N line we reviewed had that green metallic paint color, and it was absolutely stunning. Of course, I'm not a fan of green metallic on any vehicle, but on this Elantra N line, it actually worked. Anyway, performance-wise, my favorite sports sedan, under 30,000 bucks. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Hyundai Elantra N line. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Starting off in sport mode, throttle response is sharp, steering feels really good, nimble, direct. It kind of feels a little bit artificially weighted, like on center, but as soon as you start to get a little bit of turn into this wheel, you get really good feel. You add some Summer Performance tires to this thing, I think it'll really help the way this steering feels overall. Over the speed bump, good ride quality. It doesn't feel really any different than the SEL Sport on the gas. Whew. That feels very different to the SEL Sport. Try out a real world turning radius. See how it is, a little bit quicker than we should. Limited body roll on the gas, second gear, boost. Oh, brakes feel good, throwing it in, feels very good. No understeer, these tires have a ton of grip, more grip than the SEL Sport we just reviewed in this channel. It would be nice to see how this feels with the Summer Performance tires though. First gear, ooh. Really sharp shifts to this DCT. That's why the N line still uses this dual clutch transmission. Steering feels excellent on the gas. Woo-hoo. Not bad. We'll try one out off the line, see if it puts the power down, but just ripping it around second gear, this is a lot of sports sedan for the money. But off the line, make sure we're in first gear. We'll turn the traction control off, or limited. We'll just limit it. No brake torque off the line on the gas. Boost. This thing can move. Sharp rev match downshifts, throwing it in. A little bit of understeer. But really nothing too crazy. This is a serious sports sedan for the money. We can take it out of sport mode. Hopefully you guys have picked up what this thing's really got on that private road, but public road, speed bump, it is very good ride quality for a sports sedan. We can take it out of the manual shifts. You just press and hold the right paddle shifter. Brakes feel good. Yeah, the ride quality really doesn't feel a whole lot different than the SEL Sport we reviewed. And the SEL Sport had thicker sidewall tires. This just feels like an overall much better vehicle. At only around $3,000–$4,000 more expensive, that's a lot of value for the money. Taking another step out here. Steering gets a little bit lighter in normal mode. About third throttle. Yeah. This thing has a lot of get up and go. You look down and you are moving. On the concrete pavement, these tires don't do as good of a job of keeping the road noise limited, but it's really close. Considering the handling that we have here, I'm sure most people will gladly make a slight compromise. Body rolls non-existent, handling is so sharp. I'm loving it. This is a really good value for the money. Taking a step out here. Smart mode. Yeah, it definitely limits the throttle response, but not as much as you would think. We can take a step out onto this multiple lane highway, throw it back into sport mode one more time just so you guys can see what this thing's really got. As soon as we get the chance, you'll see this Elantra N driving by us, the big brother to this N line. Looks like we have the chance. Taking a step out here on the gas. Yeah, like this thing catches up to traffic really quick. I mean, 0 to 60, I could definitely see in around 6 seconds. You get a tire upgrade on this car, it'll be in the 5s. Third gear pull, boost. And it pulls to a red line. I mean, guys, if you're looking for a sports sedan, but you don't want to spend over $30,000, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't even think of a vehicle that I would recommend outside of, I mean, like the Forte GT, Mazda 3 with the manual transmission is a fun car, but it's not this quick. Acura Integra, it's a nice car, it's fun, it's not this quick. Honda Civic Si, more expensive, not as quick, and in my opinion, also not as fun. I mean, for the fun and premium materials per dollar, I think you're looking at the best vehicle out on the road today. On the gas one more time, second gear, boost. It's a beast. If you're looking for a sub $30,000 sports sedan, spacious, well loaded, upgraded sound system, comfortable seats, loaded tech, emphasis on the sub $30,000 and 0 to 60 around 6 seconds, this is the best vehicle out on the road today, and I would definitely recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to Lindsay and Gabriel at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Gabriel. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.